Welcome to When I Fell in Love with Hip Hop STL. I'm your show host, Israel Picasso. We tuning live from St. Louis, Missouri. Today's guest is, can you tell them your name and where you from?
Cosmo Criminal God, New York City, Southside, Jamaica, Queens in the building. Peace.
Okay. What type of things did you experience growing up in Southside Jamaica, Queens?
Southside I experienced. So I came from a neighborhood that's pretty famous. I guess you could thank 50 Cent for that right now. So with all the publicity he got from telling his story, so it's pretty much, we came around the era of the 80s, Supreme Team era, Fat Cat, all the drug lords, all that Pappy Mason, dudes like that, Furtado brothers. And we came up underneath that era, and it was the 5% era too. The 5% is considered the nation of gods and earths. So
Okay.
my family members were all 5%ers. Pretty much everybody in the neighborhood at that time growing up, late 70s, early 80s, was 5%ers. They was into the nation of gods and earths. So that's pretty much the upbringing I came up under. It was dope, man. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in the neighborhood, south side, with an area called Baisley Park. And in the park, we would have like what they call park jams, and the DJs would bring the records down there and the turntables. And, that was on the weekend thing, Friday, Saturday nights. And you had a whole hood down there in the handball court or the basketball court, just, partying, having fun, and, doing what we do. But it was dope growing up in the area.
Okay. Now, how did you fall in love with hip hop?
Man, I fell in love with hip hop. I wish everybody knew about this brother, but he's starting to get his flowers that he deserved. But VJ Ralph McDaniels, he had a show. He still has a show called Video Music Box. And growing up, falling in love with hip hop, I had the neighborhood. My neighborhood was heavily hip hop influenced. I had rappers that was from everywhere would come to my neighborhood. Run DMC, Curtis Blow, Biz Markie, rest in peace, Redman, Nas. So my neighborhood always kind of had that energy of hip hop. But the brother VJ Ralph McDaniels, he had a show that you have to come on. We would literally run home from school just to watch an hour, of hip hop, and that's when I really fell in love with it. Like, you know what? This is what I want to be a part of. This is what I want to do. Okay.
That leads to my next question. I want to ask you, when did you know you had the talent to put the words together?
You know what? I knew it a long time ago. As a kid, I used to play around with poetry and stuff like that. I used to like to write. I used to like to write stories. I was always interested in storytelling. And I don't know, I was a big horror fan. So the way they told horror stories and the intros always kind of intrigued me. So I kind of dove into that on a personal level. Nobody really knew about that. But that was kind of my thing on the side. And then I kind of you know what? I started doing it with the music, and I kind of seen the response I was getting. Even as a youngster, I seen the response I was getting. So I knew I had something special, and it was just a matter of time before I took it seriously.
Okay. All right. Can we talk about the record, Criminal God, and what was the message to the people?
Criminal God. The message on that was just defiant, unapologetic. This is what it is, in your face. There's nothing that's made up, nothing that's put together or formatted for the enjoyment of the masses, because what I'm saying, it's some type of watered down, washed down thing. So Criminal God is just about being myself, being raw, being energetic, being honest, being real. And the message is just that I'm not nothing to play with in this hip hop game. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming to be a force to be reckoned with. I'm coming to uphold a certain amount of bars and a standard, you know what I'm saying? And just take a certain type of movement in the industry I think that's lacking right now. So that's my point right there. I'm bringing across in Criminal God.
Okay. Now on the record, Hot Soup, you mentioned selling crack and kingpins like Kenneth McGriff, Bimmy Acme, and Pappy Mason. Was that the inspiration behind the record?
Pretty much the inspiration behind the record was just my life. You know, it's just real life shit. The inspiration behind the movement are definitely those brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They're the inspiration behind the whole movement. I pretty much don't talk about certain things in those brothers' lives. That's only they could talk about their life. You know what I'm saying? I might mention them and bring them up in certain situations. You know what I'm saying? These are brothers I came up under, I grew up around. So but the music is the movement as a totality, as a whole is definitely inspired by brothers like that all over the world, all over the country. You know what I'm saying? The criminal God. At the end of the day, I'm a 5%er. The black man is God. You know what I'm saying? And everything we do as black men, they criminalize us from being husbands, from being fathers, from just being men. You know what I'm saying? They criminalize everything about us due to who we are, our skin color. And that's something that got to be acknowledged. And we just going to take that and flip it right now, because at the end of the day, you can't stop God. You can't stop greatness. So that's the whole movement behind Criminal God. And that's what I want to make sure everybody understand right now.
That's real. That's real.
It's real. Yeah.
All right. What producers are you working with, man?
Right now I'm working with DV Alias Christ, good brother, dope artist. I'm working with I got some joints with Planet Asia and DJ JF right now. So I'm working with some dope people. I got some people in the pocket I'm holding, I ain't gonna disclose yet, but I got some dope people that's reaching out to me. And before, I just want to make sure everything is solid before we start getting out here and throwing names out here. You know what I'm saying? And I like to make sure what I do is official. Word.
That's real. That's real. All right. What projects do you have in the making, and what's next for you?
What's next for me right now? Well, what project I got in the making right now? I got my next single. I just dropped actually about 2 days ago. It's called Bombs Away. So I want everybody to go check Bombs Away out. Hot Soup is still out right now, effing up the streets right now, pardon my language. You know what I'm saying? And I got another joint that's about to drop. I'm not sure on the date right now. It just depends on how I ride the wave out of these two joints I got rocking out right now, and the previous joints I put out. So, but it's called You're Rocking with the Criminal God. So, and I just got more videos on the way, more originality, more content, more official New York hip hop, not that watered down, you know what I'm saying, BS they try to feed you. Like when you come to New York, you're supposed to hear New York artists. When I come to St. Louis, I want to hear what's popping in St. Louis.
That's real.
When you go around the whole country now, the whole country is like one radio station playing at the same time. And that's not what's up. You know what I'm saying? That's not how you find talent, and that's not how talent gets noticed out here. You know what I'm saying? When you touch down in New York City, you want to hear Cosmo Criminal God. You want to hear the real raw that's out here in these streets and that's making dope music. So that's what I'm about.
That's real. All right. What are some of the artists you work with, and what artists do you wish to work with?
Man, I worked with Coogee Rap, dope artist. DV Alias Christ, dope artist. Planet Asia Medallions, dope artist. Brother from the hood, H Money. He's actually my cameraman. Visual H, salute. He's a dope artist, dope MC. And I would just love to work with the greats, you know what I'm saying, if possible. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that take hip hop seriously, anybody that love it, anybody that really love it from the heart and respect it, and really give it they all and want to see hip hop win as a whole, I would like to work with them. And definitely if they want to be able to control their music and what they put out here, and they're not one of these artists that's just going along with the program. You got to have a sense of business about what's going on, and urgency about how important it is right now to be the sole creators and owners of what we're doing right now. So anybody that's making dope music, I don't mind doing music with you. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. Let's make it happen.
100. All right. What's your top 5 favorite artists of all time?
Woo, top 5. I got to go with Biggie. I got to go with Jay-Z. I got to go with Nas. I got to go with Tupac. And I'm going to just go with, I'm going to say me, Cosmo Criminal God. Your boy Cosmo.
Okay, that's real. That's real. All right. What do you think about the state of New York music right now?
I think it's dope. You know, I think everybody doing what they supposed to be doing right now. You know, it don't look like nobody's trying to bite or you know, piggyback off nobody else wave. It is what it is, you know. Everybody the energy is always on fire here in New York. It's always on a million, you know what I'm saying? From the time you wake up in the morning. So everything that come out of that is raw, because it's nothing but struggle here. You know what I'm saying? No matter how it might come across on TV, it's raw. We in the streets. We trying to survive like everywhere else. You know what I'm saying? So it's a dope movement coming up out of here right now. I feel like I'm leading it. You know what I'm saying? As far as on my end and what I'm doing, I'm in my own lane. I'm not trying to sound like nobody. I don't sound like nobody. I'm pretty much like in my own world when it comes to what I'm doing right now, and that's what keep me stable and on my square and original, and what keep everybody from, you know what I'm saying, for rocking with me, just being me.
That's real. That's real. All right. Where can we find you via social media, and how much for bookings and features?
Listen, you can find me on social media. I'm mostly on Instagram at your boy Cosmo, YABOYCOSMO, your boy Cosmo. And I guess if you hashtag Criminal God, your Cosmo Criminal God, I'll pop up. And features and stuff like that. It just depends on the artist. You know what I'm saying? It depends on what you trying to do as an artist, what you want to do, and we can always sit down and talk about it and work it out. Let's do business. You know what I'm saying? So anybody that want to do features, anything like that, holler at me, let me know. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get nothing but raw talent out here. You ain't gonna get no copycat. You ain't gonna get nothing. You're gonna get the Criminal God straight from Southside. That's what's up.
All right. All right. Can you explain God in the flesh, and what does it mean to the people? Tell the people what it means. What God in the flesh means.
God in the flesh is knowing who you are. You know what I'm saying? It's walking through this world, this crazy wilderness, you know, that we live in, of North America. You know what I'm saying? It's knowing yourself, who you are. God in the flesh is being confident. God in the flesh is being strong, is having faith. God in the flesh is leading by example. You know, God in the flesh is having understanding, having empathy. God in the flesh is having passion for what you're doing. God in the flesh is being true to who you are. That's what being God in the flesh is. You know what I'm saying? Only you, when you look in that mirror, that's God in the flesh right there. Every day you look in that mirror, you God in the flesh. And you can't let nobody tell you how you got to walk your life, how you got to live your life. You live your life accordingly. I don't judge nobody on their beliefs. Whatever makes you a better person, I support that. So that's my standpoint on life and how I look at things. But I do know that being God in the flesh is listening also. You know what I'm saying? We got to listen. And that's what we're not doing now. We're not listening out here. So now it's just time for everybody to listen and understand what's really going on in the world. There's some crazy stuff going on out here.
Yeah, that's real. All right. What message can you give to the youth that want to follow in your footsteps before we get out of here?
Man, to the youth, just be true to who you are. Don't rush the process. Remain faithful, remain defiant, remain strong. Keep your head up, and just only put your attention in to anything that's going to better you and help you grow. Take away any attention, and I know it's hard because there's so many distractions out here, but just focus on what's going to make you grow, what's going to get you to the point in life you want to be at. You know, I made different choices in life. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't the right choices, so it took me on different paths. And I'm still happy to say I'm here today to even build with y'all and talk about this and tell this message right here, right now. So just stay focused. You know what I'm saying? The world is a crazy world. And if you don't watch it, you get caught up in it in a bad way. So just stay focused, do the knowledge, and have God in your life and have love in your heart. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
100. You got any sponsors or merch you want to talk about before we leave?
Yeah, you know, I got my Criminal God hoodies and t-shirts. You know, I got some limited merch. I'm usually out here in Queens on Jamaica Avenue with my table out, my hoodies out, my t-shirts, everything, my CDs. You know, so anybody, I had some over there, I probably sold them. But, you know, if I'm out, I definitely plug all my social medias. I definitely always have links up there when I got something going on. So just keep in tune with my Instagram, your boy Cosmo. Website about to drop soon. But I'm on all social media platforms, Apple, Spotify, all that. But tap in. I'm on Instagram, your boy Cosmo Criminal God.
100. Hey, let them know what podcast you on, man.
Well, I'm on what is it? How we fell in love with hip hop? What made you when I fell in love with hip hop?
No, when I fell in love with hip hop, STL.
When I fell in love, because when I say when, it's like when, and then how I fell in love with it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But when I fell in love, we on the dopest podcast right now. Shout out to St. Louis. This your boy Cosmo Criminal God. When I fell in love with hip hop, we out here salute the best podcast in the planet. When I fell in love with hip hop, let's get it.
Peace, God.
Peace, Almighty. Have pleasure, man. Have fun, man.
For sure.